you all to the Ohio Harvest Horsemen's Association Annual Banquet. My name is, go ahead and give yourselves a round of applause. My name is Keith Gisser. I'll be your MC for the evening. For those of you who don't know me, I am a columnist for the Daily Racing Forum, also a project manager with the Harvest Horse Youth Foundation, an amazing organization. And some of you may be old enough to remember me as the former publicist and webmaster at Northfield Park. So, yeah, there's one person applauding for Northfield these days is about right. So, the opening music tonight was supposed to be the Black Eyed Peas. I've got a feeling tonight's going to be a good night. How many of you guys know that song? How many of you guys know that the Black Eyed Peas were a band and not a New Year's good luck meal? All right. So the basic premise is tonight's going to be a good night. I don't think there's any question that tonight is going to be a good night as we celebrate the achievements of our horses and our horsemen through the year of 2017. And for those of you who are familiar with the song, I got to tell you that between the cocktail hour and the bar still being open and the after party tonight, by the end of the night, none of us will be able to pronounce the word L'chaim properly, just as the Black Eyed Peas could not do it in their song. So I will say to all of you, L'chaim, to life. Because it has been a Shana Tova for Ohio racing, a good year. And so, 2018 will be even better, and I say mazel tov. Now, relax. The rest of the presentation will be in English, with subtitles, and a 7-second delay from a curving speech. So, I know a lot of you guys have been in meetings through the course of the day today. You may not have heard the latest from the Meadowlands. But Jeff Corral has announced that he will no longer be accepting entries from Harvey Weinstein, Kevin Spacey, or Louis C.K. Have any of you guys read the new book, Fire and Fury, by Michael Wolff? When this book came out, I was very, very excited. I thought this was a book about a meeting between Renee Mancino and Rob Milstein. But apparently it's about Donald Trump and Steve Bannon. Mancino, Milstein, Bannon, Trump. Yeah. So the Golden Globes were last week. Did anybody watch the Golden Globes? Does anybody have a television? I watched it. I'm not big on award shows, to be honest with you. But I was surprised by the similarities between the Golden Globes and this banquet. They're both held in posh hotel ballrooms, hosted by short Jewish guys. They both tend to run over their allotted time. The Golden Globes feature immaculately dressed beautiful women and handsome men vying for attention. We feature Phil Terry and Amy Howard. And just as the Golden Globes have played second fiddle to the Emmys and the Oscars for years and years in the past, and we played second fiddle to other racing jurisdictions in the past. But whereas the Golden Globes are always going to be the weak link or the weak sister, that's not the case here in Ohio. Here in Ohio, we are moving forward. As the Black Eyed Peas would say, easy come, easy go, now we on top. I thought the funniest thing about the Golden Globes, I read an interview with Seth Meyers who hosted, and he said he was contacted about hosting in November. And he says, if you know anything about national award shows, when you're contacted in November, you're not the first choice. The OHHA called me in December. But it is good to be here. It's been a remarkable year to be a Buckeye. Now, I don't know about you, but when the United States Harvest Riders Association announced their national awards, I thought I was looking at a list of Ohio awards. Blazing Britches 3-year-old Filly Pacer of the Year, down by the Seaside Pacer of the Year, 3-year-old Colt Pacer of the Year, Northfield Park's Michael Carter winning the Breakthrough Award, Bruce Trogdon Owner of the Year, the U.S. Trotting Association's T.J. Burkett, based right here in the 614, and Jason Settlemeyer, who couldn't be here tonight because of weather, but he's a confirmed Buckeye no matter where he flies his trade. They're sharing the usual President's Award. The list goes on and on and on with Ohioans who have won national awards this year. I just hope I'm not missing anybody. What? Oh, crap, Brian Brown. Brian, I'm so sorry. Brian. Quick Jeopardy quiz. The category is harness racing careers. The answer is Team Brown's publicist. The correct response was the easiest job in harness racing today. Brian won the usual good guy award. He won the Trainer of the Year award. Now, Brian is indeed a good guy and a great trainer. I've had the chance to interview him several times over the years, and he's even bought me a cocktail once or twice. But folks, I gotta tell you, there's a dark side to Brian. It's a side that's rarely seen by the public, the side that I'm obligated to share with you tonight. Because Brian has a sardonic sense of humor, the likes of which have not been seen in the sport since Bill O'Donnell and Robust Hanover fell in the 1987 Breeders' Crown Horse Parade. No shit. I'll get to that in a minute. Now, I know many of you, at this point in the monologue, are disappointed that I've not shared any stories of my fabled amateur driving career. Now we will remedy that. Now, for those of you who don't know, in 4 years as an amateur driver, I posted an 0 for 43 summary. I posted a lifetime UDRS of 034. And that sounds pretty futile. But 034 looks pretty good when you compare it to the Cleveland Browns. Yeah, I know they did get that one evasive win, but their UDRS will be 031 over the last 2 years. So, and I got to tell you, I've never driven at Yonkers, but the fact that they eliminated the passing lane there wouldn't have mattered to me anyhow, because I never passed anyone. Anyhow, back in 2004, I leased a 3-year-old pacing colt to mess around with at the fairs. I was really into the amateur racing thing, and I always thought that golf was an expensive hobby until I became an amateur harness racer. Now, I didn't really lease this horse, my wife did. See, because as an official in Dorothyville Park, I was not allowed to have my name on the horse. Now, Settlemeyer, he can have his name on a horse race anywhere in the country that he wants, but not me. He works for Jeff Corral, I work for Brock Milstein. Enough said. So I had to use my wife as a mirror. We're divorced now. And Corral won't take my entries this year either. Anyway, Tom Taker was in the go at the Norwalk Fair, and I drove out to see a race. Claire Arnold was training the colt for us, and when I got there, the first thing he asked me was, did you bring your colors? Now, folks, as Ben Hodgkinson will tell you, no amateur driver ever goes to the races without his colors. Because, well, there can always be a bad case of food poisoning in the track kitchen, and somebody might put me up. So I said, Claire, what? Or something witty like that. He said, Josh Cash isn't coming, you're driving it tonight. Now, we were in a 5-horse field, so I knew I was going to get checked. I asked Claire if he had a chance to beat any of the other colts in the race. He said, well, 2 of them could lock wheels and go down, and you might finish third. I decided to save the $20 driver's fee and drive the colt myself, and here's where Brian comes in. Brian was in the same barn with us that night. He had time and connection in the race. Russ Schwartz was driving. He sees me, he says, guess why are you putting on your colors? I said, I'm driving in the colt stick. He says, you're driving in the colt stick? I thought you could only drive in the billets. I said, nope, I'm driving in the colt stick. Brian got this perplexed look and that kind of woolly eyes thing that he does every once in a while on his face. He said, oh crap. I said, what's wrong? He said, well, if you're driving, I'm going to have to scratch. I tell you, the man is sarcastically evil when it comes to that sense of humor, despite that ever-present smile. Now, if you want to hear what really happened that night in the race, I'll share it with you later after the event. I and Drake will talk about it. But I'm going to tell you this, it's going to be a good night as we celebrate harness racing in Ohio this year. And I want to thank you for having me here as your host tonight. Thank you. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce Tammy Kugler for our invocation. Tammy?
Shall we pray? Heavenly Father, we have much to be thankful for this evening. First, we'd like to thank you for the privilege of being here tonight to honor Ohio's greatest horses, drivers, trainers, owners, breeders, and caretakers. This is their evening. We thank you also for those who have served and those who are serving the harness industry now. your guidance to keep honesty and integrity in our business so that we can be proud to bring our family and our friends to the great Ohio County Fair Racing and to our fine raceways. Father, we lift up those who have lost loved ones this past year. Comfort them in their grief. We give you thanks, most of all, for the lasting friendships we have made in this great sport. And now we ask that you bless this food to the nourishment of our bodies so that we can serve you better. Amen.
I'm Wesley MJ. Hey, you know what? I would say I'm no close anymore. This has to be the forgiving. The opposite right over there. That's when they renewed me and they kicked me we do the very beginning of it.
While we are here to celebrate the great 2017, if I can get everybody's attention for a moment, I would like to ask you to take a moment of silence, reflection, respect, thought, for all of our friends in the industry, both human and equine, who we've lost over the past year. Thank you. We have a number of special guests here this evening. We'd like to welcome you all for braving the weather. One thing you can count on for the OHHA banquet is in January to Columbus, but the weather will be doing something for us. So I would like to recognize Senator Bob Hackett, State Representative Scott Lips, State Representative Rick Carfagna, State Representative Kyle Kohler, State Representative Brian Hill, and former Representative Jim Beakey. Give them a round of applause. Our USDA 1 District Directors who are here this evening: Skip Lugler, Dan Dieter, John Mossbarger. We also have Tom Charters here, as well as Roger Houston. Last time that I was here, I forgot to introduce Roger. I have not really ended that over the last 5 years. So, Roger, good to have you here. I'd also like to recognize Betty Beatty, a special guest. For the Ohio Standard Bred Development Fund Committee, Richard McClellan and Selena Esty. For the Ohio State Racing Commission, Chairman Robert Schmitz and Commissioner Gregory Simpson. Representing the Ohio Fair Managers Association, we have Wade Flory, Rod Arter and Robert Buxton. From the Ohio Farm Bureau Foundation, Chris Baker. From Byers and Minton, we have Brett Bennett and Andrew Minton. From the Little Brown Jug Society, we have T. Thompson, Jay Wolf, Bill Perry, and Chip Thompson. And from Northville Park, we have Eric Ratliff. Representing Scioto Downs, Jason Roth and Michael Yip. At this time, I'm supposed to announce 7 raffle winners. So if Emily has my winners for me. Give Emily a big round of applause. We have 6 winners this time. She didn't get the memo, but we have extra prize. Okay, no problem. So, our first winner is for the Ohio State hat, donated by Gary Knackenberger. And that ticket is, I'm going to read the last 4 numbers. I know we have a huge crowd, 4 numbers should be sufficient. 1932. 1932 for the Ohio State hat. For the Extreme Harness, donated by the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association, 0685. 0685. The Hawthorne products, we're going to have just one of these right now. We have a total 8 of these. The first one is 1753. 1753. We have a gift set donated to Dark County Harness Horsemen. And that winner is 1088. 1088. The 3-in-1 grill donated by Stanford Residents Friends. And that winner is 4920. 4920. And we have a gift set donated by New Vocations Racehorse Adoption Program. And that winner is 1435. 1435. So see Emily, and she'll get you squared away. Where are you going to be, Emily? Emily will be outside. You can see her out there. And you can claim your prizes. At this time, we'd like to recognize James Kohler for the second in the inaugural Ohio Harness Racing Management. Congratulations, Jay. Go ahead and stand up. Earlier today, the OHHA ladies had their luncheon, and they collected items such as shelter here in the Columbus area. I would like to thank them, and I hope you will also thank them for their generosity. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce Skip Boomer, who will introduce the re-elected members of the OHHA Board of Directors. Please hold your applause until the end. Today, re-elected to the Board of Directors of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association, the Breeders' Directors, and you might rise and acknowledge this, please. Dana Esty, Kevin Greenfield, and Brad Ellis. Trainer driver, directors, Rick Martindale, Virgil Morgan, Mark Winters Sr. Owner directors, District 2, John Ryan Melsheimer, District 5, Dale Brook, District 8, Emily Hay. Re-elected President, Kevin Greenfield, and re-elected Vice President, Steve Bates. Would all those directors please stand up and be acknowledged? Thank you very much for the great work you guys do and the great work you will do in the future. At this time, it's my pleasure to OHHA President, Kevin Greenfield, with a few remarks. Kevin?
Thank you. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for coming. I can say one thing. He's as quick as I am, and that's going to be great, because this will be a great speech. And I don't have the energy you have, but more than wit. So I'll try to make it brief. Anyway, thanks for everyone for coming. This is a great crowd. It's one of the biggest ones I've seen since I was president 3 years ago. Entering my 4th year, I remember 3 years ago, or 4 years ago, standing up here and saying that I feel like I was given an inheritance to oceanfront property on Pebble Beach Golf Club, because I came in when things started to turn good. I wasn't here during the tough times. It's been my pleasure to serve the last 3 years. It's been fun, it's been enjoyable, it's been challenging, a lot of new challenges. All I can say is that things are going wonderfully for the association. The VLTs are doing well with the racinos. It's increased our revenue. We've been able to fund everything. The breeding program is at an all-time high. Ohio has brought in the top 3-year-old colt trotters and pacers in North America this year. Unprecedented. I will say this, that Speaker of the House, Pat Shelder, your commission, State Racing Chairman Robert Schmitz, and Jim Beakey. Again, I say it every year, and I'm going to say it every year as long as I'm president. We wouldn't have had that without those 3 men. From our standpoint of the OHHA, we're a strong organization. We've added money to our retirement. We've added money to our health insurance. We now have farm insurance for farm employees. We have our Sire Stakes program. Our finals for next year will be the highest in the country. Our Sire Stakes program of purses has increased. Our consolation has increased. We have the age trot and pace has been reenacted in the Sire Stakes. The Stallion Series will be going for more money than a higher championship. The fairs have increased their money. We have some of the greatest talent in the state, and I said it 3 years ago, I'm going to say it again. We have the best program in the country because we are the heartland of harness racing. We have the most members, the most talent, the most enthusiasm, the most support, and the best people in this state that are here, and I thank all of you for that. Finally, I'd like to thank our staff at the OHHA and the board of directors. Renee Mancino, the executive director, I don't think she's taken a vacation this year. I have never met a more tireless worker. Our staff works wonderfully together. They've been here all year. They know their jobs. They do it well. Our board of directors is totally committed. They're responsible. They're up to speed on everything. This is a really hard industry to be involved in. I've practiced law for 36 years in employment discrimination, which is a difficult area. I've never had any challenges like I've had the last 3 years, understanding the nuances of the regulatory system of horse racing. And to be quite honest with you, those who don't deal with it have absolutely no clue, and that really makes it tough. But we've had our staff that's been able to do that, and I want to thank all of them and the board of directors and my staff for making my job that much easier. Thank you. I just want to thank all of the participants who were in racing, especially those who won their awards tonight. They're all well deserved. It's highly competitive, and to be able to come up here and deserve and win an award with how competitive it is tells you just how good your horses were and how good your achievements were this year. So I want to thank all of you and enjoy the evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. I just want to say as a racing fan, I'm really excited to see the Sire Stakes and all the horses coming back. I'm really, really excited about that. And I think it just shows how well we're growing. Kevin mentioned my energy. I don't know if I have the energy that Emily does, because we're going to make her run back and forth a whole bunch of times here. And if I'd like to come back with our next 7 raffle winners, we're going to announce those in 4 seconds. Somebody yell out the door to her. I don't know if she can hear me or not. Yes. needs no introduction because I hear Dr. introduce them 3 minutes.
Dick Brandt is snowed in. He's the chairman of District 1 for the USDA, so he asked me to give you a little oversight to the USDA situation tonight. The focus in the USDA is on service to us as members. By the way, Dick was reelected as chairman of District 1 today. They have a level 3 alert in Logan, and that's why he couldn't come. And I think in the last 12 years, the staff of the USDA has been reduced from 107 employees to 46. And the reason that has happened, of course, is electronics, the computers. I think you'll find that our computers are giving us information that we never dreamed we could get in a second, but they are. Personally, I think we're very fortunate to have the USDA headquarters, where it's been in Columbus since 1938, and we moved to new digs a couple years ago. But I think we're very fortunate to have it here, both from a convenience point of view and the point of view of the staff being mostly harness horse related folks. The staff pretty much speaks our language in the horse industry, and I think that's a great advantage. I want to say one more thing, I'm going to make this real short. Ohio is now about 15% membership of the membership of the USDA. I think we obviously have the biggest number, the largest number of members in the United States. We represent about 15% of the membership. It's located in Ohio. It's been extremely effective, and we're electronically in the new age. So as Roger says, Ohio is great. Be there.
Thank you, sir. Emily, come on up. We're teaching you business. Give me 7. And you can pick your prices up after the bank that I've been informed, so you don't need to go rushing out, so everything will guard them, there's not security, it's all handled. So our first prize of this segment, a $100 gift certificate from the Northfield Art Cat Shop, and that goes to number 4873, 4873. A Zinger harness donated by Big E's Vet and Tax Supplies. That winner is 4923. 4923. All right. A gift set donated by the Emily May Stable. And that winner is 1580. 1580. Next up, the ones I would love to have if I had tickets to enter. A pair of hospitality tent tickets for the 2018 Little Brown Jug Phil Terry and him. Donated by the Little Brown Jug Society, Delaware County Fair. I know exactly what he's going to tell me afterwards. That winner is 1212. 1212. You got a great prize. Congratulations. Okay, a $500 gift certificate towards the purchase of a Pennsbury jaw cart, donated by Alan Everett and Pennsbury Enterprises. And that winner is 1655. 1655.
I know, that's what I told them.
Next up, we have a lantern donated by the Midwest Harness Award, and that winner is 0889. 0889. And finally, in this round, there are still more to come, folks. A 16 by 20 inch racing print donated by Conrad Photo, and that winner is 1309. 1309. Again, hold on to your tickets. You can claim your prizes after the awards are over, as we begin the after party. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce Bill Peters, who is on the Richard Grant Senior Extra Effort Award.
I have representatives of the Canfield Harness Horsemen Association. They've been in existence since March of 1968, so in 2 months they're going to celebrate their 50th year of existence. Congratulations on that. They were originally established to hold a matinee training day each spring. Today they hold a matinee and assist the Mahoning County Fair Board with the Canfield Fair Race Program. Canfield Harness Horsemen Association had a variety of promotions and fun activities to excite fans about harness racing this year. They participated in the Canfield 4th of July parade, where they promoted the fair races by handing out rally fans as they had drivers drive mini horses through the parade. The Mahoning County Fair's race dates were printed on the fans. During the fair, they supported horsemen with sponsored coffee and donuts to the drivers, trainers, and grooms. Grooms were recognized in the winner's circle with a fair food voucher. For the fans, a betting seminar was held, and for fun, a muck bucket activity was available for children. The Canfield Harness Horsemen Association sells programs during the fair and is also responsible for obtaining blanket sponsors. The association lost one of its founding members, Gene Stafford, this year, and will be accepting the Ohio Harness Horsemen Association Dick Brandt Senior Extra Effort Award in her honor. The Ohio Harness Horsemen Association thanks the Canfield Harness Horsemen Association for their dedication and contributions to harness racing in Mahoning County. The support and fun that the organization brings to their horsemen and fans is very much appreciated. Again, congratulations to the Canfield Harness Horsemen.
On behalf of the Canfield Harness Horsemen Association, I would like to thank the Dick Brandt Senior Committee for selecting CHHA as the recipient of the 2017 Richard S. Brandt Extra Effort Award. This is the 4th year CHHA has won this respected award, and we are very honored to be acknowledged for our efforts. The club is celebrating 50 years of existence in 2018, and I am very proud of our members and the great working relationship we have with the Canfield Fair Board. Sadly, in 2017, one of our CHHA's founding members passed away. Gene Stafford was dedicated and passionate about the association and spent many years supporting the harness racing industry. So in honor of our friend Gene Stafford, the Canfield Harness Horsemen Association expresses its sincere appreciation for being recognized with this prestigious award. Thank you.
I'd just like to mention that I'm really a big supporter of local horsemen's associations. I claim 2 counties as my home, I guess, both Williams County and Defiance County, and I'm active in both harness horsemen's associations in both counties. And any horseman here in your county, if you don't have a horsemen's association, I strongly encourage you to do so, because the fair boards in those counties really appreciate the help they can get from horsemen. At least it shows the horsemen think enough about the industry themselves to get out there and work.
Thank you. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce Roy Burns, who will present the OHHA Special Award. 32nd General Assembly of Ohio, we are pleased to congratulate Herb Levan on being honored by the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association January 13, 2018. You are a remarkable individual for your combined civic concern and dedication with the utmost professionalism to become a dynamic leader in the equestrian community. You have been active in the owning, training, and driving of standardbred horses for 40 years, and you've distinguished yourself as a conscientious and hardworking Ohioan. You are truly deserving of high praise. Competing in fairs across the state, you have established an exceptional record of success as a breeder and trainer of champion horses that stands as a hallmark worthy of emulation, and you have inspired countless people to excel in numerous areas of endeavor. The respect and admiration you have earned throughout your lifetime are clearly evident, and your accomplishments are a justifiable source of pride and an excellent reflection not only on you, but also on your families and your community. Thus, with sincere pleasure, we commend you for your exemplary achievement and salute you as one of Ohio's finest citizens. Signed by Larry Hogoff, the President of the Senate, Senator Matt Hudson, of the Walton Senate Board of District. This time it's my pleasure to introduce Roger Houston, who will present a special OHHA award.
Over the years, I've had the opportunity to know a lot of starters. Hank Butler, Riley Couch, Bud Jenny, Paul Young, Greg Kuhn, all great starters. There's another great starter in today's harness racing world by the name of Mike Wilkenberg. Before I tell you about Mike and why he's receiving this award, his wife Becky has driven the starting gate for I don't know how many years, and I don't think she wants me to tell. 3,500 races a year, probably, somewhere in that vicinity. Mike starts something like 5,000 races a year. That's a lot of horse racing. Mike Wilkenberg has done something that has really helped harness racing, I think, a great deal. And that's the use of Facebook. Now, you can use Facebook like Amy Hollow does. And you can use Facebook like Roger Houston does. And we probably are on there an awful lot. But so is Mike Wilkenberg. Rise in the starting gate. Probably one of the greatest things that a racetrack can do for a fan that's just come into the races, or maybe the first time, or a new somebody just introduced to it. He always takes their picture, and sometimes he interviews them. Those pictures that he puts up probably get somewhere in the vicinity of 750 hits a night. Occasionally he'll take video while he's in the starting gate to give people a different look of a harness race. Those hits, 1,500 to 2,000 a night. And we have no way of knowing how many of those people, off of seeing those pictures and those videos, become fans of harness racing. Mike, Becky, come on up here. I was going to talk about Mike's driving career, but he asked me not to mention that. By the way, I wrote it, I gotta tell this story, because I don't know if anybody doesn't know about it. But I rode the starting gate with Mike the first time in closing night at Hollywood Gate. Every starter that I know, the driver of the gate says 15, 18, 23, 30 pounds. And that's how the starter knows how fast they're going for that particular field of horses. I rode with Mike lady was totally silent. And I asked him about that. I said, what's going on? Mike says, I can tell how fast we're going by listening to the horses trotting and pacing. And that's the first time I've ever heard that, but his ears are so intent on listening to that field of horses. That's what he uses to judge the speed of the starting gate. I don't know if that works driving on Interstate 71 or 75.
Thank you, folks. I do appreciate it. Look, I am very, very passionate about my industry. I want to see it continue. As Roger said, I do a lot on Facebook. The thing that is so wonderful about that for me, my goal is to bring more people to the races. And I have had so many people tell me, hey, my dad rode the gate 2 weeks ago. We came here specifically to ride the gate. If we can all bring more people into this business, we will survive. We've got the best business going, guys. We just got to make sure we tell people what we're doing. Thank you, folks.
At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce Jim Beagle of the Fairfield Youth Awards. I just want to say a quick word about Jim. He is not only an outstanding ambassador for harness racing, but for the rights of animal owners everywhere. And I will leave you with that without getting too political. But thank you, Jim. Thank you, Jim.
He's still an old bowling veteran, don't ever forget. I have been privileged for many years to participate in the presentation of the Terry Holt Youth Award. And tonight is a milestone because we have 2 awards. The first time since the award started. And the first award, I'd like to call up to the stage Alexis Swartz. Alexis is a student at the University of Miami Trace High School. She is granddaughter of Dr. Robert and Lisa Swartz. Her father is Fred. And this young lady started probably mucking stalls when she was 3. She owned her first horse, SpongeBob Alexis, when she was 5. And she's been involved in the sport ever since. She's studying equine science at the UK. And what that means, ladies and gentlemen, is we not only have an outstanding young lady who has come up through the sport with her family, at least 3 generations of the Schwartzes in the business, but has made the commitment, obviously, to stay in the business. And she will be participating in who knows what capacity, but equine science is a good field to be in since we're growing so rapidly. And we want you to do anything you want, Alexis, as long as it's in Ohio. When she was in high school, she was a terrific basketball player. She participated in lots of activities. She was in 4-H and FFA. It doesn't get any better than that. So she's an outstanding young lady, and it's a real privilege on behalf of the late Terry Holt to present you with this wonderful award.
Thank you for this award. I definitely wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for my dad and grandpa for being such big influences on my life. Also for my mom and dad making me such a hard worker and learning how to do what's right. And then also to all the other horsemen who actually have been influenced and teaching different things, whether it's I go to the paddock and I forget a sponge or a scraper, they're there to help me out. So make sure my dad doesn't know I forgot it. But thank you again, and I can't wait to have more of an impact on it.
Our second award
award winner is Mr. Dalton Wall. Dalton, would you come forward? Now, I've known this young man since he was born. He's from Greenville. And I had nothing in this award. But Dalton, he also is at least third generation of his family to be in this business. And his grandparents, as a matter of fact, when I first got into public service, his grandmother was one of the finest elementary teachers of the school board that I joined in Greenville. And his father, very active in sports entirely, and his dad has been very successful. And Dalton is currently a student at Wittenberg University. And just coincidentally, I happen to be a graduate of Wittenberg University. Now, Dalton, you should know that the standards of the university rose dramatically after I left. So you're now in good school. So, but Dalton, I watched as a youngster participating in soccer and track, and he had a 3.9 GPA at Greenville High School. And you should know that that's pretty good. I had a 4 myself. I put back into the 8-point system. But Dalton also acted in FFA. This ringing theme in the industry comes back to agriculture. It comes back to the roots and values of this wonderful sport as it comes up through the agricultural range. So Dalton not only was National Honor Society, just was a tremendous student person in school, and now he's at Wittenberg. And oh, by the way, he has his own stable. This year he has 3 2-year-olds, and one of them, Buckeyes, partial, he won the partial from the Ohio Racing Association. So he is active as an owner, a trainer, a driver, a stall number, you name it. Dalton Walls is the complete package. He's 18 years old. He's going to be he is, as typically, every year, a rising star in this magnificent industry. Dalton,
I'd just like to do a couple thank yous. First of all, I'd like to thank God for I've been blessed with a lot of opportunities and some great people this year. I'd like to thank Bruce and Trish Salsby for really supporting me and helping me get started. And they were really patient with Food Bank K0 campaign this year. And then I'd also like to thank Jody Flomersfeld and Ryan Miller, who are with me tonight, for the influence they've had on me both as a horseman and a person. So, thank you.
The future is bright. At this time, I'd like to introduce Scott Hagemeyer, who will present the Ohio Outstanding Groom Award.
Our Ohio Harness Horsemen Association Outstanding Groom Award this year goes to Miss Carol Winters. Hopefully she wasn't coming up if I talked to her, so we'll make this quick. Now, every trainer should be able to tell you, and every owner should know the value of a dedicated groom that works behind the scenes, taking care of our horses on a daily basis. Carol has the unique ability to recognize the individual personality of every horse she runs. She can tell you their eating and drinking habits, can take out some potential racing issues, whether it be a sore stifle, a splint coming on, before they even show up on the racetrack. I can't think of anyone more qualified to be Ohio Harness Horsemen Association's Groom of the Year in North Carolina.
Oh, Emily. We're gonna go down to several more windows. You're here. This is it. All right. So, I'm stealing a program from everything else. All right, so we have 3 gift buckets from Hawthorne Drive. We have 3 winners of this prize. They are 0646. That's 0646, 0779, and 0780. 0779, 0780. Mathematical coincidences. The next prize, the Harness Horse Tapestry from Anna Ray Lufkin. And Anna does amazing work. 1611. 1611. Again, you can claim your prizes after the awards are over. Next up, we have an 11 by 14 thin wrap print donated by S.F. Johnson Photos. This is a satin laminate you can wrap around the sturdy 360 cherry board ready to hang. Most of these photos are taken sale in the Delaware County Fair, and the winner is 1514. 1514. Next up, the tag says gift set, but I have a proper authority from the Northfield Park representative. It's actually a swag bag donated by Northfield Park. And the swag bag from Northfield Park goes to number 1632. 1632. And our last raffle prize is a gift basket donated by Miami Valley Gaming. And that goes to 1692. 1692. We do still have a couple more left. So at the end, we will be drawing the rest of those winners because we got a lot more prizes donated as things went by. And now, I'd like to have your attention for a moment. Please direct your attention to our video screen. As I mentioned, technology is a wonderful thing. I did my time. We'll get this squared away in just a moment.
$8 million, 550 starts. UTRS 402 for the year. Down by the seaside, 1.6 million. Fear the Dragon, 1.3 million. Blazing Riches, $540,000. There were many highs during the campaign, but there were also dips in form and bouts with minor illnesses. Brown kept up an honest, informational stream of conversation with a consistent praise of the members of Team Brown. Whether it was the thrill of victory or the agony of defeat, fans felt that they were on this journey with Brian Brown, winner of the United States Harness Riders Association Good Guy Award, Trainer of the Year in all of harness racing. And he's a Buckeye! Brian Brown. General Assembly of Ohio, we are pleased to congratulate Team Brown on being honored by the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association January 13, 2018. You are remarkable individuals, for you have combined civic concern and dedication with the utmost professionalism to become dynamic leaders in the equestrian community. You are DL ambassadors for the industry, always accommodating to the fans and the media. And you distinguish yourselves as conscientious and hardworking Buckeyes who are truly deserving of high praise. Thus, with sincere pleasure, we commend Team Brown for exemplary achievement and salute you as some of Ohio's finest citizens. Signed, Senator Larry Obhoff, President of the Ohio Senate, and Christopher Jordan, 19th Senatorial District. Brian Brown.
Thank you all. I first want to start off thanking the riders presenting us this award. It means a lot to me that they call it Team Brown and not just me. It's the whole group of us, our grooms, our trainers, our owners that give us the chance to train this kind of horses. All of our drivers, vets, blacksmen, everybody's there every day. I want to thank a couple other people not associated with our stable directly, but Brad Wallace, he has been sending owners my way for 20-some years when I really needed the owners. Tim Lane, he ships all of our horses. He does so many other things that he doesn't get paid for. I know my grooms could lose a lot more sleep if it wasn't for Tim Lane. He does so much that he doesn't get paid for. And I want to apologize to guests if that's what I said to them. I don't tell my drivers usually what to do. I gave my drivers that day one advice: don't get behind this.
You're all members of Team Brown. Make your way over here. We want to get a group picture. Team Brown members, let's come on over.
Brad, make sure you got the wide angle line. I know. You know, it's amazing. Jennifer told me that Brian didn't remember that incident. At this time, I'd like to turn things over to a couple of my fellow U.S. Harvest Traders Association Ohio chapter folks. They're shaking their head no. Dick, I'm sorry. I apologize. Come on up.
My responsibility and honor to bring a couple individuals up here to receive the Jerry Cottonwall Memorial Trophies that were established in 1988, named in honor of Jerry Cottonwall, one of the founding fathers of our Sire Stakes program. We present this to the trainer and the driver who made the most money this year in the Ohio Sire Stakes. Our trainer is Chris Beagle. For the last couple of years, I know, if you race a trotter in the Ohio Sire Stakes and Chris is in there, you got your work cut out. He raced 78 youngsters. He won a total of $782,000 in the Ohio Sire Stakes program. Second was Brian Brown. Third, Jim Daly. Fourth, Ronnie Burke. And fifth, Mr. Steve Carter. So, Chris did such a good job this year, I gave him a horse. You know how your father would.
Say I'm very proud to receive this award. 4 years ago, I won a Highbred 2-year-old in the winter today. It takes numbers, it takes a grind to get this award, and I couldn't have done it without great staff, great partners, my horses with me, and the support of my wife. Thank you.
Driver this year is Chris Page. Is Chris here? Not here. Anyway, Chris was for the third consecutive season. Chris was our driver of the year with $849,000.
I will do the talking. He doesn't talk very much, so I'll keep it short. Thank you, owners and trainers, I'm sure he would say, and I'll make sure it's done. Thank you.
And I want to apologize to Dick, the fellow who's chairman of the House Neighborhood Development Fund Committee. My program has had an opposite board. So, congratulations to Chris Beaver and Chris Page. For those of you who don't know, the Jerry Cottonwall Memorial Trophies were established in 1988, named in honor of one of the Ohio Sire Stakes founding fathers. And annually, they go to the top driver and trainer based on dollar earnings in the Sire Stakes. And now, I would like to introduce my fellow Useful Ohio members, Jay Wolf and Ayers Ratliff, to go ahead and present those awards. Ayers and Jay.
Good evening. It's my pleasure to present tonight's Ohio chapter of the United States Harness Riders Association Awards. We start this segment by looking at the future of our sport. The Peter Houghton Memorial Award is given for a young Ohioan who was an up-and-coming star among Ohio's harness horsemen. This year, we are pleased to present this award to Cameron McCown. Cameron started his driving career in 2014 at the age of 25. He scored his first career win at the 2015 Crawford County Fair in Bucyrus, Ohio, when he guided Count Montana to victory in a stakes event for 2-year-old filly trotters. Cameron is now 29, and in 2017, he enjoyed a tremendous season. He posted 86 driving wins and earned more than $330,000 in purse money, not to mention recording a 379 UDRS. So at this time, please welcome this year's Peter Houck Memorial Award winner, Cameron McCown.
I want to thank the Ohio chapter for voting me into this. It's an honor, very cool. And all the, trainers that gave me the wins this summer, I really appreciate that. And the owners. So, thanks a lot.
Our next award to present tonight is our Winter Circle Award. This award is annually presented to an Ohioan who has achieved outstanding accomplishments in the past year. This year's award winner is trainer Brian Brown. Brian enjoyed a year that most people in our sport could only dream of. He trained 2 millionaires down by the seaside and Fear the Dragon, as well as Breeders' Crown champion Blazing Bridges. Brian conditioned 2 Dan Patch Award winners, and he himself was named the 2017 Trainer of the Year by the United States Harness Writers Association. In all, Brian's stable starters won nearly 28% of the time, and he earned over $5.7 million. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome this year's Winter Circle Award recipient, Brian Brown. On his behalf.
Just need to make all check.
So you bring that one.
You may take one or got it?
Got it. He's waiting on
You know, pause until the music stops and then start, so I think I'll go ahead. Ed, great Ohio guy, affected a lot of lives in our sport here in the state of Ohio. He started with 1 dealership in Amherst, Ohio, and ended up with 50 dealerships, and then went into partnership with Wayne Huizinga, the owner of what was the video store, and also Waste Management. But they created this thing called Automation that has become the largest dealership in the United States. And then he went away from that, turned everything over to his kids, and now they're up to, I think, 15 dealerships again. But one thing I want to say, the reason I stated it that way is Ed started with 1 dealership and ended up with 50. That's the way he started the horse business as well. He ended up with 1 horse with, I believe he started with Dick McCumber with 1 horse. He ended up with times 3 or 4 compared to dealerships, about 150 to 200. And one time he had upwards of 110 horses in training each year. And he had multiple horses trained by Ohio trainers as well as on the national scene. He was fortunate enough to win the jug, and he said it was the greatest day in his impacted on the entire industry with that horse. But towards the end of his go, he said, Joe, he goes, Ohio got the BLTs now, everything's going good. He goes, I've always supported the state. And he goes, I'm getting to the point where I can't drive too far anymore. So he goes, I want to see these horses at the fairs, and I want to see them in the sire stakes. He goes, I want to bring my horse home. And so I was actually kind of just slapped upside the head that I was fortunate enough to be able to have that horse come to my farm and have a relationship that I did with Ed. Ed means a lot to me, but it means a lot to a lot of people, not only in this room, but in this entire state, in this business. And I don't know how to say how much of an impact that he's made, but I think we all know without it being said. And on behalf of Mr. Molnax and his family, it's an honor to accept this award for him, and I'll put it in the mail for him on Monday or Tuesday. Monday will be a holiday, but it'll be on the way to Tuesday, and it's just a great honor to be here to speak in the presence of this man. Thank you. I've always been behind kids too, but when you make that move, one guy said, when you're racing into Billings, and I'm not sure if he was in Billings or not, but the greatest thing that was ever told me, all you gotta do is tell those rich guys with a cigar is, I can't hold it, let me out. It's like the Red Sea party, so there you go.
So it's our pleasure to now enshrine Joe Adamski into the Immortal Hall of Fame. Joe Adamski was one of the top drivers in Ohio during the 1980s and 90s. For his career, he posted over 2,700 victories and earned more than $11.4 million in purses. A native of Rochester, Michigan, Joe Adamski won 12 Ohio Sire State finals, including 4 with Ohio's Thoroughbred Hall of Famer Majestic Osborne. Joe Adamski received the Achievement Award from the Ohio chapter of the U.S. Harness Writers Association in 2002 and was the very first Jerry Kaltenbach Trophy winner in 1988 for being the top driver in Ohio Sire Stakes that season. We also owe Joe a debt of gratitude. Joe helped to further our cause when our industry was expanding its simulcasting opportunities. Joe provided convincing and important testimony that helped persuade the legislature to afford us those additional opportunities and revenue. His demeanor, his willingness, and his ability to convey what a good person he was represented all of us and furthered all of our cause. Longtime Ohio trainer who worked for Joe Adamski in the 70s and 80s will be accepting this award tonight, so we do welcome Scott Mogan to accept the award in honor and memory of Joe Adamski.
One of the important things when you're a journalist, remember those harness writers, is get your facts straight. Ayers was Norwalk, not Bucyrus. And I do have to, I mean, everybody can have fun with it, and I don't take it a whole lot seriously either, but I do want to talk a little bit about being involved as an amateur driver. And it certainly made me, if nothing else, a much better handicapper. It gave me a much better appreciation of what you guys do day in and day out. But you don't post a 0.034 lifetime UDRS without passing a couple of courses. And I did. I have 2 lifetime second place finishes. One of them at the Great Gar County Fair, at odds of 42-1. I got off the horse and the owner said, "You raced great, didn't you?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, he was 3rd yesterday in the maiden." And I said, "Well, why didn't you tell me that?" And they said, "Well, we don't want to scare you." The other second place finish is one that I am actually pretty proud of because it was a series race between the United States and New Zealand. And I was fortunate enough to be selected to drive in the North Brookfield Park leg of that. And I finished second at about 16 or 18-1, I don't even remember the odds. And actually was in perfect position to win the race coming down the passing lane, but as I said, I've never passed anybody in the lane. But to be able to finish second in an amateur race representing the United States at whatever minor level, as you come up with the Olympics coming up and everything else, it gives this poor guy with the cigar just a little bit of a taste of what that can be like. So it's always been a lot of fun, and like I said, if nothing else, it gives me a great deal of respect for those of you who do it every other day. At this time, I believe we are ready to start doing our awards for our divisional championships. So Cindy and Esty can come up here, and I will assist her. Took a mark 153 at Northfield. He was undefeated in Saturday's action this year. And now here's a video of seeing high single.
Thank you so much for seeing our singles. I love the expression. Probably some of the older gentlemen here would understand what that means. It's a baseball term that means that the ball went through the infield, so it was a single-line single that went through to the outfield, and it's a baseball term, so I felt I should say that. My thanks is to the Burke Brigade. Without them, nothing happens, as far as I'm concerned. They care. The grooms, the second trainers, the first trainers. Mickey Uzi are representing the Burke team, and I'm very proud to be associated with the Burke Brigade. I started off many, many years ago with Vernon Dancer, Billy Houghton, and Hunter Van Gerfond, many illuminates that were in this industry. I hope to be here forever and be with the Burke Brigade to come back next year
sing I Single, and perhaps some of the 2-year-olds that we bought in the sale, especially I heard the Uncle Peter's make me special. Thank you again.
Tony and Tony and Doug, please raise this up for
side. We must make the Ohio. Down those stretch they come here and serve down and up top. Mission accepted, went right on by, sold to the cash. Within the final 16th, mission accepted. In front.
Mission accepted with 4 of 7 starts this year and made nearly $200,000, driven exclusively by Ryan Stahl during the course of the season.
As a breeder and partner of Mission 7, we'd like to thank Jeff. And we also like to thank Woodward Farm for our Adams for helping raise the pool. He did a fantastic job. We want to thank you guys.
3-year-old co-pacer of the year, Drunk on Your Love.
Drunk on Your Love with 7 of 17 starts this year, made over $258,000, and was the fastest of our divisional winners this year, taking a mark of 151.1 on the 5/8 mile track.
Yeah, well, thank everybody for hosting. On behalf of Mark Ford and Jason Settlemore, they're sorry they couldn't make it tonight with health problems and weather problems and everything like that. So, but they appreciate everybody and thank you very much.
I just want to say thank you for Springhaven Farms. They do all our breeding and folding, and Jody, Michaela, and Joe, and also Colwyn Farms. We're starting to do some things with them too. Thank you.
The 3-year-old Philly Pacer of the Year is Pistol Packin' Mama. I guess I'm the connection, so I'm here. I got a text a little while ago from Natalie and Steve. They are unfortunately victims of the snow, and they really were excited to accept this award. And they definitely wanted to say to Tyler, George, and staff, thank you very much. They also wanted to thank Springhaven and all of our connections. We did have the privilege and pleasure of raising, foaling, and selling this nice filly. And I thought she had kind of a cool name too. So anyhow, thank you so much.
Pistol Packin' Mama, 11 starts, 11 times first or second this year. And boy, we've got all these divisional winners: Pistol Packin' Mama, Drunk on Your Love, Dad Rules Rule. It's like they're all named for Eddie Holler.
the 3-year-old Colt Trotter of the Year, Fraser Ridge. All connections, please come forward.
Fraser Ridge took a mark of 155 on the half this year, winning 6 of 13 races and banking nearly $260,000. He is near $400,000 in his career.
Thank you all, and congratulations to all the winners tonight. Congratulations to the nominees in this group. We're very proud of this colt. It's been a great year. We're very thankful. We've got a great breeder in Hunterton Farms, Steve and Cindy Stewart, great ownership group, and Chris Beaver's done a tremendous job for this colt. So we thank him and his team, and we're very honored. Thank you.
Good evening. On behalf of my good friend and hard boot, Steve Stewart, and his wife Cindy, representing them tonight. I just want to commend you Buckeyes, because you are truly taking over the lead tornado when it comes to harness racing, when it comes to promoting the equine beast, who is, in my opinion, the greatest of all the equine athletes, because our horses are really, really special. They do things at a fast clip, and they have brains. So I want to commend you guys, and on behalf of my good friend Steve Stewart, it's an honor to have the best 3-year-old trotting colt for the year. Thank you.
Filly Trotter of the Year, Rose Run Sydney. Congratulations, and all connections, please come forward. Arch, I see you back there, get up here.
Rose Run Sydney won 11 of 17 starts this year, banked $335,000, and was this year's only Ohio Triple Crown winner. The Ohio Triple Crown, of course, consists of the Ohio State Fair Stakes held at Sailor Downs, the Ohio Breeders' Championship in Delaware, and the Sire Stakes Championship. So we have a double presentation here to Rose Run Sydney, Triple Crown winner and divisional champion.
Hey, I just want to make this short and sweet. My partners and I just want to say, thank God for Rose Run Sydney.
I'd just like to add to that, as the breeder, man makes the plants, but God gives the increase. I want to give him the thanks for it. Steve, and his connection to the wonderful job with her, she's an awesome fellow. Thank you.
Consolidator, Camp Tablet, Indianapolis beats Sandy's victory to win at 155-4.
The Age Trotter of the Year, Sandy's Victory. Connection to
Sandy's Victory is a 6-year-old, and so it's great to see the older horses racing. And what an iron horse, 44 starts this year, and if I read the lines right, every single one against Open Company.
I want to thank everybody for voting on this, Mayor, but as we all know, life and horses it can be a very humbling experience with training them. We train these horses and we hope that we have this great horse next year, you know, and then we put it in a box and we find out he's just another horse. So then you try to find this other horse that fulfills that dream. And Sandy seemed to do that for me. You know, she made one of the years that I thought might be the worst of my life, probably one of the best of my life. So I hope everybody has a horse like, you know, it's just very fortunate that I got her, and I hope everybody has one like her. Thank you very much.
Age Pacer of the Year, You Look Hot. Congratulations to the Connections, if they would please come forward.
You Look Hot made just over $100,000 this year. He's just a 4-year-old, took a mark of 152-2.
The biggest thing is that we just like to thank everybody for voting for our horse. And it's a big thrill for my husband, been in the business over 40 years. This is about the best thing that ever happened to him. So this is an example of a small stable. Thank you.
I'd like to thank Doug and Lois and Jim and Pam for giving the opportunity to train a mare like this. It's been a lot of fun racing at the open level. For me, it was my first open horse, so I just really appreciate it. And I'd like to thank God for giving us the blessings, and just, it's been a great year. We're looking for even bigger things this year. Thank you.
We have another round of applause for all of our divisional champions this year. And I'd like to once more call on Emily Hay. We've got some more winners for you. card donated by Post Printing. Winning number is 1511, 1511. This one says, please wish our winners happy birthday. The gift basket donated by Hollywood Gaming at Dayton Raceway. That winner is 1591, 1591. Can we get security to table 1, please? Security to table 1. Next up, we have a 50-inch by 60-inch custom photo blanket donated by J.J. Semenko Photography, Jeff Semenko, up in Northeast Ohio, and the winner is 4792, 4792. Next up, we have a stay at the Hampton Inn at Sailor Downs in a gift basket from Bruce Brothers with a $50 dining voucher donated by Eldorado Gaming Sailor Downs. That winner is 1951, 1951. And our last raffle prize is the 32-inch smart television donated by the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association. And that winner is 1720, 1720. Folks, we still have a couple of big announcements to make. I do want to remind everybody to pick up the raffle tickets after the program. And if you will grab your postcards real quickly, your county fair postcards. Those of you who are holding the Bouncy Pony postcard, you have won the centerpiece at your table and you take it home with you. And now, almost as important as the Bouncy Pony. Now seriously, this is a very important award. It is my pleasure to call Harris Ratliff to the stage to present this year's inductee to the Ohio Harness Racing Hall of Fame.
So we're now at the point of the program where we can truly honor one of the greats in our state that has withstood the test of time. Tonight we add the 44th member to the Ohio Harness Racing Hall of Fame, and this year's member added is Don McCurgan. Don Logan McCurgan was born October 17, 1940 in Mount Gilead, Ohio. Early in his career, he worked for Delvin Miller, and he learned a lot of skills from this Hall of Famer. Although Don was only in his early 20s, he almost changed the history of our sport. After a training session with Meadow Skipper, Don all but begged to have the horse gelded. Don said Meadow Skipper was mean and he was going to kill somebody. And if you know Don, he also told him Meadow Skipper was a rat. Thankfully, they didn't listen to Don, because Meadow Skipper became one of the most influential sires of all time. Don McCurgan came to Northfield Park when it opened in 1957, and he remained stable there here today. He was a leading driver at our Cleveland Oval in 1977 and 1981. He led all Northfield drivers in UDRS rating in 1980, 1982, 1983, and 1985. Don McCurgan was inducted onto the Northfield Park Wall of Fame in 1992. Don has won one race in each of the 60 years that Northfield Park has raced. The only exception was in 2004 when he was sidelined for the entire season. In November of 2003, Don suffered what would be a career ender for most people. He was diagnosed with Guillain-Barré disease, an inflammatory disorder that paralyzed him for over 6 months. Don is known as Ohio's Trot Master, but his 3,640 career driving wins have proved ample success with both gates. Don McCurgan has won Ohio Sire State Championships with Desire in 1977, Shayna Hall in 1982, Donnie Dart in 1986, Windswept Song in 1988, and Adachi in 1992. And even at the age of 75, Don McCurgan conditioned the 2015 Ohio Horse of the Year like old times. Don and his wife Sandy have been married for 48 years, and the couple reside in Sagamore Hills, Ohio. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the state of Ohio's newest member in the Ohio Harness Racing Hall of Fame, Mr. Don McCurgan.
I would like to thank everybody for this great honor. I really don't think I deserve it, so thank you so much. And I'd really like to thank my wife, who's been married now for 48 years, and lasts another 6 weeks, it'll be 49. I would also like to thank my owners and trainers, or the people that let me drive their horses all these years. And I would also like to thank the people that work for me. And they are the backbone of this business. And don't let anybody kid yourself. If you don't have good health, you're not going to have good horses. Thank you so much for this great honor. It's a great honor to be in this Hall of Fame with some of these great people that I used to look up to, most of all of them. They're great people, and it's a great honor to be in this hall. Thank you.
When Don was laid up in 2004, at Northfield, we printed up t-shirts that said, "Bernie will ride again." And I still have that t-shirt, and I'm taking myself in the rear end and not bringing it here tonight. But it was so great to see him being inducted into the Hall of Fame. Don was a great help to me during my very short training career. It was more successful than my driving career, but that's not saying much. But he was a big help to me in that time. So congratulations. We have another round of applause for our Hall of Fame inductee, Don McCurgan. At this time, it's my pleasure once again bring Kevin Greenfield to the stage to do our presentation of Horse of the Year.
As a 2-year-old at the Ohio Sire State Championship at Northfield Park, I remember right after the race was over with, Adam Freeland came up to me and said, "Oh, if we could have just got a better trip." Well, what a trip.
I want to thank all of you guys for being here to support them. I want to remind you to pick up your raffle prizes. I want you to remind you that the after party will begin shortly in the upper terrace. Tracy Carter will be playing until 2 a.m. And on behalf of everybody here at the OHSA, thank you for coming. Have a great night.